PHP's object-oriented principles allow for both method overloading and method overriding. You might have heard both of those terms and you don't know what they mean, so I want to bring them up and differentiate them for you. Method overloading is when you have two methods with the same name but different number of arguments. In programming languages like Java, this is pretty simple to achieve. You create two methods with the same name inside the class, for example area, and you provide them with different number of arguments. You will have, for example, a different number of arguments to calculate the area of a circle versus calculating the area of a rectangle. In PHP, you have to use the magic function __call, which is a topic of another video. We're going to be talking about method overriding in this one. We've already looked at overriding a method in one of our previous tutorials. So once we created the dog class, we created a generic bark method. We inherited the dog class inside of our German Shepherd class, and by association, we inherited its methods, including the bark method. We wanted our German Shepherd bark to be different, so we created a bark method inside of our German Shepherd class, and that bark method overrode the bark method that was inherited from our dog class. To override an inherited method, you just have to make sure that the method name and the number of arguments are exactly the same. Let's take a look at more examples of method overriding. We'll start off by recapping our bark method. So inside of a new file, which I called method overriding, I'm requiring the German Shepherd class. I'm instantiating the German Shepherd, and then I'm calling the bark method. If we open up our German Shepherd class, you can see that at the very bottom we have this bark method that says loud barking. We can also see that we extend this dog class. The dog class is located in dog.php. If we open up that and go to the very bottom, we can see that our bark method is inside here and it says I'm barking. So now let's see if we can override some other methods. I think the best one would probably be this walk method, and what I want to do is not only do I want to keep it inside of our dog class, but I actually want to take it up a level into our mammal class. I'm not 100% sure if all mammals can walk, but we're just going to say that they can. So inside our mammal class, we'll specify I am a walking mammal. And then inside of our dog class, what I want to do is I want to comment this code out temporarily, and our German Shepherd class does not have that walk method inside it. So then we're going to go to our file that's going to be calling the walk method, and we're going to say echo gsdog walk. And as a matter of fact, if we go back to our mammal class, instead of echo, we're going to return so that we follow a similar pattern amongst all of our methods. And we can also specify that it's going to be returning a string so that we're even more consistent with everything. And if we go back to our file, we can say echo German Shepherd dog walk. I'm not 100% sure why this is giving a void method walk result used, but we will see shortly. Let's open it up. It says I'm a walking mammal, so I think PHP Storm is going a little wonkers on me. If we look at animal, let's try to search for it. There's no walk method in here. Inside of our mammal, there is a walk method. Inside of our dog class, let's try to take this out completely. Let's see if it changes. Yep, it doesn't change the behavior. Whatever. It still works, which is what we wanted it to do. But if we had a break tag, we added the break tag and all of a sudden, now everything works fine. No more errors of any sort. So let's just refresh. I'm a walking mammal. That's exactly the result that we were expecting. Now let's head back into our dog class. Since our dog class inherits from mammal, it inherited that walk method. So it got passed down into the dog class, and then the German Shepherd class inherited the dog method, which inherits its parents and all of its parents and parents and parents methods. So that's why I was able to access that walk method. But inside of a dog class, we want to create and override our walk method. So we'll say public function walk, and we're going to return I am a walking dog. So nothing else has changed, except that we've added this walk method, which is exactly the same, has exactly the same name and parameter count, which in this case there's no parameters, as our mammal method. There that is. Nothing has been added to German Shepherd, so nothing has been modified inside of our calling class. So now let's go back, hit refresh, and it says, I am a walking dog. We'll do one more, and inside of our German Shepherd class, we're going to create a new function. We're going to say public function walk, or new method, and that's going to return a string. And we're going to say echo or return, I am a walking German Shepherd. We go ahead and save that. Nothing else has changed anywhere else. We hit refresh, and now it says I am a walking German Shepherd. So that German Shepherd walk method overrode the dog method walk, and the dog walk method overrode the mammal walk method. And that's really all there is to it. Any kind of method that's inherited, that's public or protected, can be overridden. Private methods can't even be accessed, so you're not really going to be doing any kind of damage if you create a method with the same name. So let's, for the sake of argument, go ahead and actually do that. We're going to, inside of our dog class, we'll create a private function walk. This cannot make public method mammal walk private. So then we're going to go over here and let's see what happens if we say protected. If we go back into our dog class, it's still causing us an error, which is expected. The only time it will not cause an error is if we set this to private as well. So now you can see it's turned gray, which means it's not being called anywhere. So now we can have this private, I'm a walking dog, which means inside of our German Shepherd class, if we had no walk method, let's comment this part out and go into here, it should not be able to call any kind of walk method. So let's go back, hit refresh, and there it is, fatal error. Call it the private method dog walk. So it did not inherit, which means once we're in here, this is actually not called method overriding. This is just creating a new method inside here. The only time you can override a method is if it's actually inherited from your classes above. So keeping it public, and inside of our mammal class also keeping that public as well. So that's really all there is to it. I mean, I think we covered pretty much every single instance that we could as far as method overriding goes. If you do see something weird, like you're calling a walk method and it's popping up, I'm a walking German Shepherd, or I'm a walking dog. Let's say this method was not in here, but you're thinking it's going to be calling I'm a walking mammal. Just know that this method was overridden somewhere down the inheritance chain. In this case, inside dog, and then even as far as we went inside of our German Shepherd class. So I will see you guys next time.